September 16th, 2025, 4 a.m. In the quiet darkness of Burkina Faso's borderlands, a routine patrol uncovered something extraordinary. 57 trucks moving secretly on back roads near the Togo border. Manifests said agricultural parts, but something felt off. The timing, the route, the silence. Captain Moussa Gabber, leading the patrol, reported straight to headquarters. Within minutes, President Ibrahim Traoré was informed. He made a single call to his Special Forces commander, General Ibrahim Zabu. "Stop that convoy," he said. "But proceed with caution. This could be something much bigger." Drones and helicopters tracked the trucks from above. At exactly 4 a.m., the road ahead was blocked. Drivers panicked. Some tried to escape, but within moments, all were caught. When the first truck was opened, soldiers froze. Beneath sacks labeled as aid were crates of assault rifles, rocket launchers, and explosives. Truck after truck in the same deadly cargo. An entire arsenal disguised as humanitarian relief. Captain Gabber radioed the palace. "Mr. President, it's real." President Traoré's reply was calm but firm. "Lock it all down. Not a single item escapes. Someone is trying to ignite chaos inside our borders." The full inventory left even the general stunned. 25,000 AK-47s, 10,000 M16 rifles, 13 million rounds of ammunition, 70,000 grenades, 2,500 rocket launchers, 400 anti-aircraft missiles, and 50 tons of explosives. Total value, over $700 million. This was not random trafficking. It was organized, financed, and deliberate. Burkina Faso's intelligence teams began tracing the weapons' origins. Some came from old Libyan stockpiles, others from Yemen, and several were brand new, straight from factories. Many serial numbers had been filed off, but enough remained to reveal an international network. Investigators discovered that each truck had departed from a different city and joined the convoy only hours before, reaching the border. A calculated plan to avoid detection. Most of the drivers truly didn't know what they were carrying. But the masterminds knew exactly where the weapons were headed. Secret warehouses in Ouagadougou, the capital. President Traoré ordered immediate raids. "Search every location," he commanded. "Find who is behind this, and follow the money." At dawn, Operation Storm began. Across the capital, 23 simultaneous raids took place. Weapons were found in 17 warehouses. Arrests followed, former ministers, retired generals, businessmen, and foreign nationals. Their link? Almost all were opponents of the Traoré government. Then came the first major confession. Businessman Francois Bongo broke under interrogation. He revealed that the operation had a name. Operation Restored Democracy. Its budget, $700 million. Its goal, overthrow President Traoré and install a pro-Western puppet government. According to Bongo, planning meetings were held in Accra and Abidjan, with alleged green lights from foreign powers. His words shocked the nation. The next day, President Traoré addressed the people on live television. Behind him stood mountains of seized weapons. He spoke clearly and with conviction. "My fellow citizens, 3 days ago we intercepted the largest weapons convoy in our history. But this was more than smuggling. It was an attempt to destroy our country from within." He lifted a stack of documents. "Here is the proof," he said. 57 trucks, hundreds of millions in arms, to sow chaos, to divide us, and to install leaders who serve foreign interests, not our people. When asked who was responsible, he said carefully, "The investigation continues. But some of these weapons were manufactured in NATO countries." This was not just an attack on Burkina Faso, it was an attack on Africa. As the investigation widened, documents revealed that similar plots were planned in Mali, Niger, and Guinea, targeting independent African governments. More than $1 billion had been set aside to finance the regional destabilization. Evidence pointed to financial networks stretching from the Gulf to Europe. Several foreign nationals were detained, among them French, British, American, and Israeli citizens carrying diplomatic passports that turned out to be fake. Western governments demanded their release, but President Traoré refused. "Diplomatic status," he said, "is not a license to commit crimes on our soil." Court hearings began under heavy security. Charges: treason, arms trafficking, and conspiracy to overthrow the state. The evidence: video recordings, phone intercepts, bank transfers, and multiple confessions, was overwhelming. Outside the courthouse, thousands demanded justice. The world's response was divided. Some Western countries threatened sanctions. Others, like Russia, China, Turkey, and Iran, expressed open support. Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro called Traoré the new Simon Bolivar of Africa. Days later, President Traoré addressed a massive crowd in Independence Square. Tens of thousands gathered, waving flags and chanting his name. He declared, "My people, we have defeated a great conspiracy. They wanted to turn us against each other, but we stood united and we prevailed.